Cool, we are live, as they would say. And it seems like this stream won't explode into the floor like the one I did quite a while ago now, which was a Kubera stream. It's been a while since I last streamed, as, well, I was a bit apprehensive given how my Wi-Fi fucking exploded into the sun last time I streamed. But, yeah, right. Let me go, announce this in all the places that it needs to be announced. Namely, Twitter. No, hold on. Do that. There we are. Oh, I already have a fucking Twitter tab open. What am I doing? Live with some hashtag. That's not. I do it every time. I press shift hashtag, which is thing is your tilde. So, Tower of God. Cool, there's the link, post that, and that's some nice art, so I'm going to like that while I'm here. That's also quite nice. Anyhow, enough liking art on Twitter. It's not what we're here for. Let me now do this, so I can do the community post as well. Video. This stream, there. Live with some Tower of God. Come hang out come hanag. There we are. Cool. Right, and that is this now. Thoroughly announced everywhere. Wonderful, 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 wonderful. How is the stream actually look? Good, fantastic. We've not dropped anything. We've not dropped any frames. That's wonderful. God, I think in that Kubera stream that I did many, many moons ago, I dropped about 10,000 frames by this point. I've dropped 60. Much better. Right, anyhow, let me get to the right chapter, because I'm currently on the wrong one. There we are. Now we're where we need to be. Which is where Gustang was saying, no, Trauma was saying he's the very incarnation of evil in the tower. Yeah, fantastic. Right, first new panel of the day. Let's just run it. Let me get chat on screen. There we are. Now I can see you. Okie dokie, let's run it. I mean, I'm not gonna lie, Tower God has been a bit mid recently, if I'm being completely honest with you. It's been a little bit mid, Tower mid, but, you know, I'm sure it'll get better. I'm sure we're just in a bit of a slump. Is his evil spirit drawing the souls of fallen warriors to him? What a hideous sight. The spirits are crying out in pain. It feels like I'm reliving that day all over again. Tower God, Season 3, the battle between the family leaders. Pobedar Gustang's Memory Fragment 3. Oh, we get another flashback? No. A few minutes earlier, the battle outside the arena. Greetings, Commander Hugo. Hi. Oh, God. No, not you. I hate this character. What's she doing here? I thought she was demoted and sent to some small remote town before the war began. About that. Yeah, beats me. They must have brought her back to help with the war. She may be a little eccentric, but she certainly knows what she's doing in battle. Go away. Go away. What are you doing here? I never gave you permission to enter.
I may be guilty of coming in here without your permission, but a man who attacks his own allies without permission is in no position to criticize me. Head Librarian Michael.
Mitchell? Michelle? Mitchell? I don't know. Names are weird. Hugo. You have some nerve showing your face around here after that humiliating defeat. You didn't even complete the mission that Lord Gustang assigned to you.
That's true. It was a bittersweet defeat, but like salmon swinging into current, here I am, back on the battlefield. I've returned to clear the family of musty old cobwebs like you.
I despise Hugo with a passion. With a passion.
I've always wondered what it would be like to fight a head librarian. Is this really the best you can do? Running around and dodging my attacks like a coward?
Hugo, head librarian's the incarnation of the family leader's writing. Do you realize what it means to brandish your needle at me?
Of course. It means I'm defying the family leader. I know very well this is treason against the family. But I can't simply back down and watch the family's troops are slaughtered before my very eyes because of your incompetence. I'm morally obliged to kill you.
Hugo is such an outlier among all of Gustang's, like, out of the Pobedao family, like, really. It's very strange. Very, very strange.
Otherwise, how could I be possibly worthy of the designer items I wear? And if I were such a coward, how could I live up to Lord Gustang's luxurious expectations?
Heavens above. Bullshit. What the hell? Do you people know about Lord Gustang? You know something, Hugo? You've always been a cocky, presumptuous prick.
What?
Not even I know Lord Gustang's exact intentions, of course. But at least I know that I act in accordance with his wishes. Because I'm the warped side of Lord Gustang's writing. Of course you are. Of course you are.
You being warped has nothing to do with his writing.
Well, I don't quite think that's how that works, Hugo.
But don't worry, I'll straighten you right out.
Such arrogance. Twist her.
Huh? Huh?
Though this whole world is warped and twisted. Don't you agree, Hugo?
Speak for yourself. You only think that way because your view of everything is so warped. It's disgraceful that a freak like you came from the mind of someone as upright as like Gustang.
Well, who's to say that he's perfect, Hugo? Don't you think you're putting your, the big man on too high of a pedestal? Especially after what he said last week that I criticised because it's stupid of him saying, I won't make the right decision because I know I'll regret it. So instead, I'll make decisions that I'll regret even if they aren't the right decision. It's just, it's so fucking stupid. Like, Gustang, what the fuck is wrong with you? You're brain dead. But hey, sure, we move. We move. No, you're the one who's warped. You fail to see what's staring you in the face.
What?
See those people over there? The ones who suddenly decided to meddle in this war? Do you know where they came from? Have a quick bevy. The very place where our father and the other family leaders tried to hide and bury their shame. The garbage dump. That's where they are from. They're the maggots born and raised on the dung heap, created by the 10 great family leaders. Lord Blossom killed them all. She went on a rampage and wiped out an entire nation that boasted of the most impressive civilization in the tower. Not a single living creature there was spared her wrath, nor were there any survivors. Oh, okay. Who the hell's this? How are we gonna cover this up? Family leader or not, we can't simply overlook this. She went too far this time. She needs to be severely punished. You're not going easy on her just because she's your wife, are you? Well, hurry up and make a decision. This is why we keep telling you that great power requires stronger control mechanisms, Gustang. You're not like the other self-centered family leaders. You need to do something better right now. Just look what happened. All the power has finally got to her head, and she turned to a spoiled child. I knew this would happen from the moment she began spurting around that like a bloody administrator. Shut your mouth. That's right, family leader. The family leaders need more restraint. The times have changed. We can't let such potentially dangerous powers go unchecked any longer. You ignorant, foolish vermin. You look tired, Gustang. Dramarai, have you left your battleship? What a stupid question to ask. He's right in front of you. He's not here magic, without leaving, is he? I heard about what happened, given the nature of the situation. I thought I'd better come and see if you needed any help. Why don't we take a little walk? They're a real nuisance, aren't they? They claim to want to help us, and yet they keep demanding more and more from us. They seem to have forgotten how small and insignificant they really are. You ought to just completely ignore them like I do. Easier said than done. I want future generations of lower creatures to remember us as honorable, glorious beings. That's right. You've always wanted to maintain a perfect image of us in the written history and records, Gustang. You said that would be the best way to ensure that they respect us for ages to come and bring stability to the tower. But personally, I just don't see how that's possible. Especially if the records of us are based only on actual facts. Over time, they'll keep demanding more from us. I doubt anyone could ever really satisfy that hunger of theirs. They sit around criticizing us for not aiming higher, or for not being more perfect. Jihad and I both refuse to lower ourselves to their level and listen to their demands. Instead, we decide to climb so high that we can't even hear them anymore. That's the only thing we can do. Is fly as high as possible and distance ourselves from them, Gustang. But you intend to push it. Words are hard, but you intend to punish Blossom, don't you? Since you can't seem to say no to them. You're incapable of breaking your own rules, and you probably resent and despise yourself for that. The real you inside you is telling you, a lot of yous, to throw away all those silly restrictions and rules and help Blossom instead. I got my chest creaking like crazy. I really got to get a new one. Maybe for Christmas. Maybe for Christmas. It makes no sense to punish your beloved Blossom just because of a bunch of nobodies who will never understand us. Can I suggest a solution, Gustang? What? There's a way to bring back those creatures that died, and to reverse Blossom's mistake. What? You won't need to break any of your rules, and you can maintain our perfect image. I'll help you, Gustang. This is the solution, Trouble, I propose. I've got fucking hiccups. No! This is the solution that Trommer proposed. According to the sorcerers I consulted, the spirits and bodies of the dead beings had probably dissipated into the Shinsu on that floor, despite the sheer amount of Shinsu there. It likely wouldn't have completely absorbed them all yet, especially in the case of humans. In other words, there were likely still traces of their spirits and bodies left within the Shinsu. Trauma was sure that if he used the Shinsu black hole sphere to summon their spirits and bodies, he could revive them as immortal beings. Although they could only survive within the Shinsu black hole sphere, and the blessings of immortality from the 10 great family leaders, they might be reborn as transcendent beings. Upon seeing them resurrected as immortal warriors, even those who now complain about the family leaders would be silent, because what they really wanted wasn't consolation for the dead, but rather suspicion and restrictions on our power. Normally I would have written off such an idea as nonsense, but at the time, I wanted to offer her some sort of hope, since she was crumbling under the weight of her own guilt. She spent so much time in her dreams that took her much longer than us to process her emotions. Alright, if you think you can do it, then go ahead and give it a shot. As a result, I ended up doing something I regretted. Drummer quickly proceeded with the plan. Oh, fuck, I'm cold. I should have put the heating on. I forgot to put the heating on when I got back from my driving lesson. I'm a fool! Which is why I have my sunglasses clipped to my shirt, because it's quite glary at this time of year. You know how the UK be. Nope. Ah! Keep clicking the wrong things! But what we saw in that moment wasn't the honorable revival of fallen spirits glad to return to life. Rather, we witnessed the desperate wailing of spirits in agony. Enraged at having their rest disturbed. That was when I realized the truth. I committed an irreversible sin. The dead cried out with the howling of wild beasts, unable to maintain their human form. Their bodies were twisted and distorted as they mixed with one another. Whatever they were, those certainly weren't the spirits of dead warriors who had returned with immortal power. Trauma, I realized that something had gone wrong, but he neither stopped nor regretted what he had done. It was as if he knew very well that this would happen. What a shame, he said to himself. And then he simply vanished. How should I record this disaster? I tried writing and rewriting it again. I just couldn't bring myself to record it. I would have rather broken my own hand than write down something so awful. And so, unable to overcome the pain and suffering, I chose to run away once more. At the time, I thought it was my first time running away from pain, but it was probably the second. Or maybe I had already erased the memories of countless other times in the past. That's why I came to see someone who could tell me how to end this suffering. Jihad. I'm surprised to see you here, Gustang. I didn't think you wanted to have anything to do with me. Do you remember what you suggested to us before? The idea of creating a massive incinerator to get rid of every useless, unwanted thing in this tower. Of course, after we discovered that space hidden between the layers of the tower, I suggested that we dump everything that doesn't serve the tower in some way in there. That's a space between floors. Interesting. Mechanoids, sorcerers, fundamentalists, guides that suggest the wrong routes. We ought to lock up the space with a key that's impossible to find, and create a hellish place where all those inside stare up in despair at the ceiling illuminated by a red light of death that burns all the trash within. A red light, huh? A red light, huh? I see. I see. So, do we think that this is the red light district? Do we think it really came about? This is how it is. That's where it is and what it is. Let's keep reading and find out. Hello, Amir. Welcome. I called it the Red Dump Plan. And you were against the idea, Gustang. I was, but not anymore. I want to join you in that plan. But what I want to throw out isn't simply people or machines. It's history itself. Well, that's certainly good to hear. After that, we moved ahead quickly with the right garbage dump plan. From the spirits of dead creatures remaining in the tower, to mechanoids, ancient creatures, and sorcerers, all kinds of beings were pulled into the cracks in the tower, known as the red garbage dump. The garbage dump even sucked in countless facts that I wanted to erase. In my desire to write an honorable history of the 10 great family leaders, having reached the goal that deleting memories alone could never have achieved, I thought I could finally escape my sin. Although, I had no idea what Jihad was really trying to hide there. Then, we created a key to open the space, and hid it somewhere no one could find or even think to look. It was hidden in the data world. And now Gustang has it back. After having given Rachel the fake. So that's what that was. Oh my. Oh my. Thus, we closed and locked the door to the past. And began a new era of our own. History restarted once more in the tower, and a second ancient era began. There were no clues anywhere but the memories we erased or the sins we committed in the past. Well, except in the book I had written. Why exactly did I keep a record of what happened? As a sort of repentance for our sins? Because I wanted to believe I was different from the others? Or because I still felt at least a slight sense of duty as an intellectual? Could I sense at the time that my daughter would someday be tormented forever by Jihad? Because I was just as guilty as Jihad anyway? The only thing I didn't record was the exact reason for my decision. Perhaps I wanted to punish my future self with ignorance, and that punishment ended up making a fool of me at the worst possible moment.
Father, I know the truth now.
Anne?
I can't stand to be around King Jihad anymore.
Where's this all coming from all of a sudden?
I found out what the king threw away in the garbage dump.
What? Garbage dump? What in the world do you mean?
Do you really not know what I'm talking about, Father?
No, I have no idea. What's the meaning of all of this?
Father, you're the greatest intellectual in the tower, as well as the record keeper in charge of recording history. Are you saying you honestly don't know what King Jihad put in the garbage dump? Father, King Jihad trapped himself in there. Huh? Wait. What? Then what? Then who is the Jihad that is in the tower? Excuse me? That's kind of wild. That's a nuts twist. Okay, I wasn't expecting that. Where's SIU going with this?
What? Ignorance came back to haunt me as the worst punishment imaginable.
Exactly, no one will copy the red trash pit. Jesus. Interesting.
Very interesting. Wow. That is not a twist I was expecting. Why did I do that? I just popped a spot. I'm such a fool. Anyhow, let's read the comments. Is the Prince of the Red Light District going to end up being a fragment of Jihad? Kind of what I was expecting now. So what I'm expecting. Okay, here's the idea that I've kind of got right now. So the Jihad in the tower is the physical Jihad. That is himself. Physically, that is him. In the red garbage dump is Jihad, like every aspect of Jihad that he didn't deem necessary to rule the tower. And so he sealed it away, throwing it all away. And if the red garbage dump is the red light district, what's likely happened is every family leader has done that and discarded parts of themselves. In the case of, Gustang, it's history and his, duty of keeping it. Well, mostly. Hence Bellieri coming about, because Bellieri's from the red light district. We know Caracas from the red light district, but without seeing what he actually looks like. Yeah. Put his memory, yeah. And memories is also a definite idea. It's either memories or parts of his personality that he didn't want. And obviously those memories within the red light district manifesting as children, as it were, being raised by everything else in the red light district and eventually getting out. So we know Wagnon, who looks a hell of a lot like Jihad, and obviously Wagnon being the future king of the tower. He is, and with, like, come on. We know Caracas from there. Although without seeing what Caracas looks like, we have no real way of knowing, if we see that that Caracas looks very much like one of the family heads, then it pretty much guarantees that theory, because obviously Bellieri is from the red light district, and he's Gustang's equivalent. Wagnon is Jihad's. I'm wondering if, I'd imagine if this is the case, every family leader will have like a mirror image from the red light district, or the red garbage dump that was their memories discarded, that have then like manifested somehow. And as the rest of this comment says, wait, is Balm's friend group going to end up being the mirror to the original family heads? So they comment out. Well, I'm imagining that's more in a, like, their group reflects them, not quite as literally as I'd put it, because obviously Kuhn isn't from the red light district as far as we're aware. I don't think he is. I'm pretty sure he's not, unless SAU wants to pull another fucking ass pull twist involving Kuhn out. Yeah. SAU answers one question and presents 5 more, and that's where that comment ends. Why was there even a more? It was just a space. Next arc, going to be off the garbage dump, maybe with Wagner and Caracas, since it could be the red light district. Well, that's a plot twist. Twist is in Hugo. Terrible pun. Terrible pun. According to the old blog of SIU, Rachel Blossom doesn't know how to control her powers. One of her abilities to accelerate Shinsu accidentally killed 99% of the population of a civilization as presented in this chapter. She's ranked 13 in the tower, and her capability is said to be 1 level above Gustang. Other family heads have to flee when the Erasure uses her Shinsu. No, SIU's blogs are very old, 2010 to 2011, and are prone to retcons, yeah. But they're insiders drawn from them. Throw Rachel in, a bit late. They've already closed the door, and Gustang has the key, so I don't think Rachel's ending up in there, I'm afraid, to ruin your hopes. Yo, chat, who else feels like this webtoon is a real game changer? I read, and as I continue, I still get surprised, but what happens about what happens? Shout out to the creator, man. Gonna have to reread the series at some point. Real, I've got to not even reread, just read season 1 at some point. Yes, there's more lore about the red light district. I'm pretty convinced that the red garbage dump and the red light district are going to be the same place. Wait, did he cast away the adventure Jihad there, or the king Jihad? For the king Jihad, more than likely. I thought red light district was for ladies of the night. Guess in the tower it's dump Lamau. Well, it might have started as a dump, but who knows how it's changed and manifested over time. Origin of the bracelet, potential explanation for Balm's cave, origin for Wagnon, nice. Just when I think I'll get answers, they say something whack and we're back at the beginning, real. The key to the red dump looks awful lot like an item Gustang asked Balm and Rachel to get from the hidden floor. Yeah, really does it now. Crazy. Jihad is Balm's friend. Like how he was V's friend. I mean, Wagner is, yeah. The Prince of Wall Street. I almost forgot about Prince of Wall Street. Yeah, literally, and also it's the way it's described. Obviously, yes, they're both red, but it's the way it's described just up here because it's illuminated. It's quite literally described as being illuminated by a red light. And where is it? Obviously, this here. Yeah, illuminated by a red light of death that burns all the trash within. Obviously, that implies that it's all being incinerated. However, I get a weird feeling that that's not what's happened. You know, I get that feeling. I get it's because it's the association with red light, and also the red light district. We have no idea where it is. It's like it's very much a mysterious place. But obviously, with the garbage dump being locked from, you know, with the key, how the hell would have anybody gotten out? Well, maybe there's a back door. Who knows? Because it is this weird space. Yeah, so he definitely... That's what I'm thinking, is the red garbage dump as it started as, which is this, became the red light district over time. Like, what was thrown into it didn't just die and cease. It kind of developed and continued to exist as it would if it were still within the tower. Because again, we've kind of just been told about this weird space in between the floors of the tower as well, which is an interesting little conundrum. Like, what the hell is all that about? I'm sure we'll find out at some point. Maybe, if we get more on this. Presumably, the next handful of chapters will be on that. But yeah, that was a really good chapter. I quite enjoyed that. I've been a bit underwhelmed with Tower of God recently. You know, Tower of Mid, as I have said in this reaction. But this chapter was actually really good. I think we'll get SAU might be pulling it back. Has something to do with the guides around you. Yeah, I mean, there is also that. Obviously, you got the Red Witches who got their power because of what they witnessed on the floor of death with Enryu and killing an administrator. And Enryu was very red, and we don't know where he is. He kind of just came in, killed an administrator, and then buggered off. Could be. Don't know. We'll find out. Yeah, we've got many years of Tower of God left to go, I imagine. So, hopefully, one day all of our questions shall be answered. And yeah. SAU's managed to pull it back. Let's see if he can cook hard with this and not disappoint. Yes. Hopefully indeed. Right, and I think I'll leave that there. Hope you enjoyed the stream. And yeah. Good chapter all around. I'm now going to go record a video for tomorrow. And Wednesday. Because I'm at work for the rest of the week. SAU is cooking. I just hope he doesn't overcook. I just hope he does not overcook. No worries at all. Anyway, ta-ta. For now.